My name is Katia MacFearson, and this is the story of how I died. And I know what you're thinking, and shut it. Just sit there and listen. Because these are scars worth paying attention to. Now, our Katia, I grew up in a normal family. What I really wanted to do with my life, I wanted to be in the guard of the world government more than anything. So I worked for it my whole life, and one day I made it. I became a general in the world government military. I was so proud of myself. Me and Ellie, my best friend, like a sister but closer. The two of us made it together. Us and Tiatha, a friend of ours. We were so proud of ourselves. So happy. Then we got called to do a real mission. Lead some troops into the plane of the sky, just to be sure that nothing would go wrong during negotiations. But of course, something did. We were called in to the meeting room with our battalion and fought to the death. We survived. As we stood there, calculating our losses, looking around, the bodies around us, one of them lunged at us. Lunged at me. Ellie, brave fool that she was, launched herself in front of me to save me. The bitch that jumped at her got her in the spine. There is no cleric in the world that could fix that. Not for the money we had. I quickly dispatched of the rogue and ran to my Ellie's side. Now, the military has a fantastic programme for when heroes fall in battle. But disability leave, not so much. So, Ellie asked me to do the impossible for her. I couldn't do it. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. I'll never forgive myself. After that, things weren't the same. Tiatha and I tried to go on, but I got into gambling more than I had. And Tiatha found out. I thought she was my friend. She told the superiors about it and got me dishonourably discharged with a heavy handout for my arrest on account of my debts. Fucking bitch. I started to take any job that I could to raise the money to get me out of debt, be a free person again. As I travelled the world for the first time on my own, I realised that this government that I spent my whole life worshipping was not the beast that I thought it was. I saw it hurting people everywhere. I lost my Ellie. I took a job to check in on this town that had been ransacked, and the town was gone. But I followed tracks and saw the same creatures harrying this group. I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't jumped in to help them. I don't know where my life would have gone, but I'm glad it went this way. They were the Golden Scars, a misfit group that had only just been cobbled together, but they changed my life for the better. I was happy to die by their side. That day we got out of the scrape and got to meet each other properly. I met Vera. She's a paladin of what I couldn't tell you, but damn, she was the best of them. There's Umbra, the shady rogue orphan with a past. Clever bitch. We had bagpipes, Rocco, in truth. Darling of a banking family who ran away to make his own worth in the world. Always admire that. Played bagpipes at feckin' midnight though. We have Killer Dark, the Gold Dark Bandit. Hit list for the world government, so that was promising. And last but not least, the one and only Lance Carpo, past hero of the resistance army, broke out of prison and has been living with these scars since. The scars took me in as one of their own. I knew I could trust them because Lance was with them. I don't know if I would have trusted them otherwise. I never told them where I came from. Never told them what I did. But they trusted me anyway. We went to Duodecim, one of the last towns for the world government to touch. There was rumour that a dead man was throwing a parade, and whenever he threw these parties, the town would be gone. Very few crumbs of it left. Well, of course, we ran into my old bestie, Tiatha. Bitch tried to kill my party before we could escape. We end up finding and killing this dead man again. But of course it was a trap to unleash a harbinger of doom. A god dragon intent on destroying the universe as we know it. Now we are clearly enemies of the state. Of course, then we ran in to my best friend again, Tiatha Mayer herself. Mad with rage and power, she tried to kill my party. She did kill me. In my dying breath, I looked at my scars and I said, "Don't you fucking dare." But of course they wouldn't be the good guys if they didn't. They came back for me. They saved my life against my will. I'll never forgive them for that. In those seconds, looking up towards the sky and the light, I could see her face. I could see Ellie, and she was happy and she was walking and she was proud of me. And then I was ripped back to the world. They took me to some place called the Plane of Life, where everybody's physical ailments left them. Everyone was comfortable and happy. They're all very excited to explore this new place with new people. That night I got drunk. I got very drunk. I hated myself. I hated that I survived. I hated that they wasted their resources on me. I hated that I didn't fall to Tiatha, because that's how it was supposed to go. I was supposed to die protecting Ellie. How could I have killed her? In this moment of intense self-hatred and loathing, I looked up and I saw the face of Tiatha staring back into mine. So I ran. Ran out of the Plane of Life, had to cause a damn commotion to get them to let me leave. I left the plane and I found the nearest village. I started a bar fight straight away. Didn't even rage to fight back. Just beat the shit out of him best as I could. Caused all the trouble I could so that the guards would have to step in. They realised that I was the terrorist who released the dragon. There was a public execution the next morning. Beautiful, really. Almost a shame the scars weren't there. I'm just glad I didn't have to see their faces when they tried to break me out and I told them to leave. That's how I died for the last time. Death doesn't work right anymore. At any moment, you could be ripped away from the arms of those you love, back into the land of the living. I won't let them take me if I can help it. But if they do, somehow, I'll fight by their side till the end. Hopefully, I finally earned some golden scars of my own.